Yeah, that's absolutely right. And right now, a lot of these schools have hundreds of requests for either an armed officer or a mental health professional, like a counselor. And all this is being covered by leftover school safety money, which will pay for them. But the catch, unless lawmakers add more funding next year, some of these jobs could disappear once the money runs out. Hundreds of new armed officers and mental health professionals are heading into Arizona schools.
My nightmare when I was first elected is that some maniac would invade a school.
For the upcoming school year, the State Department of Education reports there are 560 requests for armed officers on school campuses across Arizona, and another 523 requests for mental health professionals. The state plans to fill those requests by using leftover money.
I don't want ever to have a school that's asked for police officers that doesn't get one. So I'm really pleased that we're able to fund all of those first requests.
State Superintendent of Public Instruction Tom Horn says they're directing about $53 million in leftover school safety funds to cover these new hires. The thing about this money is it's only a one-time use, meaning once it's all spent, it's gone. The positions the state board approved in May are covered for 3 years through the current grant cycle. After that, there's no guarantee the money will be there, unless lawmakers step in with more funding for the other positions.
Yeah, there's a worry, but, we'll lobby as hard as we can.
Officers in these positions say the job is about much more than just security.
There's so many things that we do every single day, connecting with kids, connecting with families.
James Englert isn't just an officer on campus. He's also a part of a team that trains school resource officers across the country. He says the goal goes far beyond responding to threats.
It's about connections and building a bridge between law enforcement and kids at that school. Well, it's a big investment in safety and support for students right now. It will ultimately be up to state lawmakers to keep this funded in the future. Live in the studio, I'm Sarabia with Arizona's Family.